That what?
That axolotls aren't even supposed to.
I'm lying. What's up, everybody? What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? Up in here, let me put on some more lights. Hopefully, I can get some more lights going. Let me change the lighting. Oh, there we go. There I am. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. We came to talk about Diddy today, child. And I came to tell y'all about something personal that I happen to know about this situation that he has gotten himself into. Hold on. Excuse me, because I had to cough. Now I do have to let a few people know that I is live. Hold on one second. Open that. And let me let a few people know. You guys, I'm gonna be starting a live line. Hi Melissa. How are you? I'm gonna be starting a live line so that you guys can be notified when I'm about to go live. So I usually do that for my VIP Teahive. I haven't been doing it lately, but I'm going to start doing a live chat line so that you guys can know when I'm going live. My night is going great, Melissa. I've been at work all day. I am so tired, but I'm grateful to be, doing my content while also doing my work. This is the first time, y'all, that I've ever had to work while I'm doing my content. I've always had money and had it together enough to do, at least the content by itself. But this is the first time that I've had to put things together, step by step, and it's been a task for me. But I've had a good go at it. And I'm just grateful to be free and be out. Who's not grateful? This person right here. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs. Thank you so much, Melissa, for moderating the video while my moderators are gone. Sean Diddy Combs is still not sober, even in the pen, y'all. Okay, let me tell y'all something. When I went to prison, I told myself, I said, I'm not gonna be up in here getting high. I heard all the stuff. When I was in county, when I got sentenced to prison, obviously we're shackled to each other. I heard all the stuff. Oh, you can get anything in there. If you want to smoke cigarettes, you can smoke cigarettes. If you want meth, if you want crack, if you want whatever you want, you can get that from the prison. You can literally get it in there, right? So I was like, I promised myself, I'm not going to do any of that. I said, if I can smoke a cigarette, I'll smoke a cigarette. But other than that, I want to be able to do, to do my bid without having to depend on substances or anything else. So I just feel like he's making a huge mistake, a huge mistake by getting faded in there. I don't know why he's choosing to do it, but he just is, and it's just that's a lot. Um, One thing for sure, two things for certain is what time is it? It is 6:59. It is eight, oh, is it 8 o'clock? So that clock, so we changed this clock to be correct then. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, let me tell y'all something. He'll be going on lockdown. Oh, he's already on lockdown because he's on the East Coast. But if he was on the West Coast, he'd be going on lockdown in 45 good minutes. Okay, and within that 45 good minutes, he would literally have to hurry up and find out where he's going to get his next drugs from, get them in his room, lock it down, and then get high all night. That's what they do. That's what they do. They get high, they get drunk all night in their cells, okay? I'm disappointed that Diddy took this time, that he didn't take this time to be sober, that he took this time to be getting high and drunk. I decided to program when I was in there. I didn't want to do nothing but do my programs. I didn't want to be distracted with no girlfriends, with no boyfriends, because some of them women like to refer to themselves as men, with no CO love relationships. I flirted with the COs, but I didn't want to be distracted with the drugs and the alcohol and all the stuff they have going on in there. It's really sad. And let me tell y'all something about these prisons. Them people be in there with teeth knocked out, dying. A girl dropped dead, y'all, when I was in there from smoking and drinking while she was in there. That stuff is not regulated. Okay? That's not USDA, FDA approved, bitch. Why is you drinking and smoking that? That is not FDA and USDA approved, baby. Okay? Let me tell you something. One time, I had it was getting ready to be my birthday. Hey, me to me. It was getting ready to be my birthday, y'all. So I decided that, well, really, my homegirl decided that they were gonna make some pruno chow. How did it end up in my room? What's up, HT Media? How did the damn pruno end up in my cell? I will never know. Okay. But let me just tell y'all that shit did not work out. Cause I threw that shit. It smells like, first of all, anybody that think they can get away with making pruno is a fool. If you are not drunk off pruno yourself, that shit stinks. It smells like rotten apples, like decaying fruit. It smells like decaying land. Like it smells like celery that is slowly breaking down and you can smell the earth coming from it. Like it's not a good smell at all. It smells like super duper rotten, nasty, like plum ass. I don't know how to listen. If plum had an ass and that ass was stank, that's how it would smell. Okay, okay. Period. Period. That's the best way I could explain it. Pruno is not no freaking like friendly shit. Hey, caramel bunny pooch. Like Pruno is not no friendly shit. Pruno is big. It's like it's like big dirty vibes. Like it smells like dirt. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta put the VIPT on your name, Caramel Bunny. We gotta get the VIPT on there now. No, it gotta be on your name, girl. It gotta be on your name, girl. You see how Demeter got it on her name? That's how it gotta be. It gotta be like that. It got to be like that, girl. Let's get into this though. Sean Diddy Combs allegedly caught drinking in prison, little drunk ass. Now he wasn't sober when he was out. He was on that K2 and that cocaine, shit, Vaseline, hell, oiline, baby oiline, and the goddamn ketamine, and maybe a methamphetamine. We don't know. We have no clue. What we do know is that he's in prison getting drunk, and I guarantee you, if he's getting drunk, he's getting high. Okay? All right, Caramel Bunny, handle that, girl. All right, so Sean Diddy Combs making headlines after he was caught drinking during his very first week in prison. Who the fuck is drinking during their very first week in prison other than Sean Diddy? I'm high. Don't feel like the rules apply to me. I will smack a bitch down the hallway in a minute. Kidnap you, set your car on fire. Pimp you out to prostitutes. How you gonna pimp somebody out to prostitutes? You're supposed to pimp the prostitutes out. How did you manage to pimp your woman out to the prostitutes? That's some reverse psychology shit if I ain't never heard it. Did you tell me that instead of you pimping the pros, you pimped your woman to the prize? Help me understand how hard your pimp hand doth swing. Okay? Because that pimp hand doth swing very, very strong and very, very hard. Okay? That pimp hand very strong. That head is giving me ET phone home, bitch. That head is giving me ET. He phoned home because he was locked up in prison, and then they still didn't let him out on the mothership to go home because his ass was shackled up. That's what it's giving me. Is that head is giving me ET phone home. He's getting drunk his first week in prison. Do y'all know that that stuff is really not good for your brain? Like that stuff causes holes in your brain. It's decayed fruit. It messes with your kidneys and your bowels. And let me tell y'all one thing that a lot of people don't know about prison. That prison food, it all comes from the same source. It's the United States. We all get the same shit when we're in prison, right? That food, most of the people in prison are constipated. That is a well-known fact about prison and being in a prison and staying in a prison, is that The majority of everyone in that prison is constipated. The only thing you could really do in there is share some Dukalax, okay? Uh, and some Regaloid. You know what I'm saying? For the food they got going on in there. So I don't know. Maybe the Pruno is helping them use the bathroom better. But all I know is that fucks with your bowels, and so does the food. Okay, so I would imagine that he up in there having real problems with his digestive tract right about now. Okay, because baby, it ain't good. It ain't good. No, I'm very serious, Demeter. Like, I'm so serious. I'm being so truthful with you. That's one thing about me on this channel. You know, I'm going to be raw. I'm going to keep it real. We're keeping it 100 up in here. Okay? I guarantee you that in between the time that he left the county and went to this prison, that he ended up constipated. Especially because he used to eat the real good food, and now he eating the slop of the damn earth. Okay, they might as well put dirt, salt on dirt, and then give it to you to eat. Put a little water, wet it a little bit, for the second tray or the second dish on the tray. But it's dirt. It's dirt with salt on it. That's what it is. So, and it causes real serious issues. Drinking Pruno is not gonna help you poo. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so first week drinking, drunkard. All right. So not listen, Linda. Rumor is that he was in there trying to rap and somebody yelled out, "Shut the fuck up." Just saying. Rumor is he done got discouraged like Blueface from rapping up in the prison. Somebody done yelled out for him to shut the fuck up. I said, oh, okay, period. Um, so he was moved to the prison because he had a legal request for it. Now listen to this. Y'all know, okay, yeah, there she is. She showed up. Yes, baby, let's go. Moderator Central, let's go. Okay, so tell me why um his legal team, Diddy's legal team, requested that he be moved to the prison. He be expeditedly moved to the prison. Now, y'all know that he was in there bitching at his legal team, like, I want to be put in the prison. Hurry up and move me, because the county is absolutely horrible. Where you don't want to be is the county. In prison, you can be free. You can exercise. You can go in the yard. You can, do your nails. You can do whatever. You can do your hair, get your hair done, have people, you have freedoms. You can go to the law library. You can go to do different recreational exercises, different stuff like that, classes and programs and stuff like that, work programs and all that stuff. Period, pooch. So tell me why, and I'm gonna give you the link to our VIPT as soon as I get off of here. But so tell me why Diddy requested to be moved to the prison. All of a sudden, within his first week when he gets to the prison, he end up drinking alcohol. Do we know what that means? That means that somebody in the county already told him, yeah, man, I've been to prison before, and they got this in there. You could do that, you could do this. And so he decided to get on his lawyer's ass, like, hey, hurry up and move me to the prison. That's what that means. That means that just like I heard, he heard, oh, they got cigarettes in there. Oh, they got this in there, that in there. You can get this, you can get that in there. So he put in a request, hurry up and move me to the prison, because guess what? He was already in his mind before he got to that prison thinking about getting drunk and high. That's why. He's sitting in the county sober after he was high out of his mind for all these years, probably decades at this point. And now his mother, okay, wants to be high and drunk again. And so he expeditedly requested that his lawyers hurry the fuck up and move me to the prison, because I'm trying to get faded. Let's get high. Hey, let's get high. Come on, y'all. Let's get high. That's where he at with it, okay? That's all I'm saying about that. Period. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. That is what happened. Like, nobody just wants to expeditedly get moved to a prison. It is very intimidating unless you have a motive. All right? So a fellow inmate had fermented sugar and apples with Fanta into an alcoholic beverage. Now, That is embellished very, very much because you can not only put apples and fermented sugar, you have to put bread. You might have to put mayonnaise, ketchup. You have to put 4 packets of juice. You have to put 4 juice packets, or that shit gonna taste disgusting. It's rotten fruits, y'all. Okay? It's shit that goes in there. It's not just no damn, what they say, fermented sugar and apples with Fanta. Are y'all stupid? These people up like that's funny that they would suggest.com would suggest that in order to make pruno, the only thing you need is just fermented sugar and apples with some damn Fanta. Have you lost your mind? Them motherfuckers in there concocting stuff. Okay? And let me tell you what else you got to do when you make pruno. You got to make sure you mask the smell. So you are able to buy oils and certain hi Sabrina, certain oils and certain sprays and stuff while you're in there. You also can buy dryer sheets. A lot of us we buy dryer sheets and we buy powder. So you use the dryer sheet as you put it in a vent and it lets the dryer smell go through the room. That doesn't work. It doesn't cover it up. You need like 80 dryer sheets, bro. Period. Okay. And then you might have to do the powder thing. That only works temporarily because eventually all that powder is gonna hit the flow. Your ass gonna have to sweep. Like you're not gonna keep being able to throw powder up in this room and mask that smell. And that smell is gonna come all up under the door. Of course he got caught. What the was he thinking? You could tell when a mother been in prison for the first time just from the dumb shit that they do. That's dumb as hell. What were you thinking? Like, you know what I mean? And the person that the bunkie or the person that probably made the shit was probably new too. You're out of your minds. Okay. Period. So after Diddy was caught, they started making arrangements to move him, which is normal because now you can't be in this unit no more, and your ass probably got to go to the hole. Sources said that those planes have already been changed, and he was remained in his unit. So, which means that they end up sending the other person to the hole, the other inmate to the hole. Meanwhile, Diddy's family spokesperson Judah Engelmayer said Mr. Combs is in his first week at FCI Fort Dix and is focused on adjusting and working on himself and doing better each day. As with any high profile individual in a new environment, there will be many rumors and exaggerated stories throughout his time there. Most of them are untrue. We ask that people give him the benefit of the doubt, the privacy to focus on his personal growth and personal growth with grace and purpose. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, that was a beautiful statement. Clap, clap, clap for you. Okay, lady. Okay, clap, clap, clap for you. Okay. The only reason why Diddy's ass is not in the hole in his first week in prison, which I don't know, I'm going to find out. If those prisons work like the prison works in Nevada, because you know it's all really the same system. If you get caught doing any of that shit, and you go to the hole for a major write up, like introducing drugs and alcohol into a facility, your ass is not making your parole date, period. So, what he best to do is count his lucky stars that he is not the one who got the ultimate blame for that. And that's probably because this is his first week. And the officers was probably like, this is a warning. Let's give him a warning. It's his first week. He don't know how to make no fucking pruno. The other guy did this, I'm sure. Okay? He best to be lucky, okay, that they didn't go full throttle, and yes, I rolled the fucking R, throttle on his ass. Okay? Period. Now go tell the folks that. All right? So he wants to focus on his personal growth. Well, let this situation be a warning to his dumb ass, okay? That you might already be hanging around the wrong crowd in that motherfucker, and you got years to do. You are not on baby time. Well, he's 5 and under, so he is still on baby time, but you're on big boy baby time. And you got to be right in there. Y'all seen what happened to Tory Lanez getting stabbed up and whatnots and whatnots. You have to be careful of people you hang around in there. Don't get yourself set up for failure. And the fact that he was walking up on a yard in a circle full of men laughing and smiling makes me really wonder who the fuck are these men? Were they in intake with you? Because if they weren't, get your ass out of there, man. What is wrong with him? He needs to be, his head need to be down and on a swivel, period. I think somebody gonna end up robbing him. Mark my words. All right. Diddy was, we already know this. He's in there because he engaged in P prostitution and also transportation to engage in P prostitution, which made him get them 2 counts of transportation to engage in P prostitution. And he is sentenced to 4 years and 2 months. He was moved to Fort Dix on October 30th. That man just got in that prison. On the next one, on the next situation, how much you want to bet them officers is going? It's going to be an all hell storm on his ass. They're not going to be as nice as they're being this time around. I hope that he understands that this is a warning. But I can tell that this is his first time in that prison and that he's brand spanking new because he's just doing dumb shit. Now I don't know Diddy to be such of a follower or such a follower, but this might be the dumbest shit that I've ever heard of you doing Pruno in your first week. Now I must admit, I'm keeping it real. It's in my book. I wrote all about it. I was in a room with 8 people. I was in a cell with 8 women. Okay. Well, I was the 8th woman. And they was wilding the fuck out. I mean, they was fucking each other, eating off each other's bodies on the table in the room. Okay, so what we did in my first week, well, I spent 3 weeks in a fish tank, which is solitaire. It's quarantine because COVID, right? And then once I got out of the fish tank, um, in the first week that I was in the jungle, we did end up setting up. So we put we cracked pencils open and we put the leads in the sockets, and then we set a razor on top of the 2 leads, like, and it just caught on fire, like boom. And then we lit a cigarette that was really a tea bag that we rolled up in some Bible paper. Okay, we were smoking tea as a cigarette. I just want to put that out there, that it's the type of tomfoolery that is going on in the prison. Okay, so they rolled. One of them rolled a fucking oh yeah, oh yeah, it's gonna be crazy, caramel bunny. One of them rolled a regular tea bag in the Bible paper, and the other one put a little bit of toothpaste for some menthol taste. And so when the shit set on fire, they hurried up and lit them, and then another girl came with a cup, put the fire out, and we was smoking and passing it and blowing the smoke out the vent. Now this is my first week. And I'm sitting there like, but if I don't participate, they're going to think I'm the feds. You feel me? So that's what I was thinking. So that was the dumb shit that I did within my first week of being there. Because I'm like, I don't want them to think I'm the damn feds. You know what I'm saying? They already got me on fed meds because I'm in this bitch depressed. Lord knows, I know Diddy is on some type of medication. I wonder what type of shit they got him on in there. We won't know until they say, oh, he's depressed or he has anxiety and he has, then that we'll know what type of page they got him on in there. But for sure, he's definitely medicated, especially because he has a history of drug and alcohol use. And then you go to the prison and you get caught with some type of pruno, alcoholic beverage. He's about to be in a lot of trouble if he keep up this behavior. Mark my words, this man about to end up in the hole. He's going to end up in the hole because he's going to try that shit again. And he's clearly around the wrong people already. Already. Like Melissa said, he think he run it. And so he's going to hang around the people that think they run it. And guess what? Those are actually the wrong people. They actually the wrong people. And it's just as simple as that. Like, what you need to do is keep your motherfucking head down. And you need to stay sober with your high, drunk, crazy, like, what? If you don't knock it off, okay? Period. But it just goes to show already the lack of discipline that he's displaying. It just goes to show what direction his stay is about to go in. This is about to be a cold stay for him. And this is before you guys, any of the fights, any of the arguments, any of the drama that's coming, any of the needing something that you don't have, the complaining about the medical situation that don't go how none of us want it to go. You know what I'm saying? He's about to go through some shit, and this is before all of that you decide the first thing you're gonna do when you get to the prison is to get drunk. That's crazy. The first thing I wanted to do was eat some hot Cheetos. After being in that prison, after being in the county, I just wanted some Spam and some hot Cheetos. I was addicted to Spam. I don't know what this man got going on, but as y'all can see, he can't even do right in a prison facility for a few years, try to stay sober and get his shit together in a prison facility. Now you got this spokeswoman making this statement about you wanting to get your life together, and there's going to be rumors, this, that, and the other. But it's very clear to me, someone who has experienced this situation, what just went on and what is happening and what is going on. And it's not a good thing. I'm trying to figure out what possessed this man in his right mind. And how embarrassing is that, right? For you to be this man's child, and the headlines come out. Now you thinking your dad finna go in here, he gonna do his stay, hey, he's gonna be programming. Yeah, baby, I'm gonna use this time to write some more music, baby girl. And hey man, yeah, I'm writing my catalog, I'm doing this, I'm doing my shit, man. I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. And then the first week, now you his child, put yourself in the mind state of being one of his kids. You and this motherfucker. And the first headline that come out when your father gets to prison is that he in there drinking Pruno. The first headlines that come out about your damn father, who just got accused of all kinds of shit, who just was seen kicking, dog walking a female up and down the damn hallway. Okay? The first headline that came out was that he got drunk off of Pruno. Now that is the most embarrassing that I think I might have experienced in a while if I was one of his kids. All this shit is embarrassing. But then you got to put the icing on the cake with the Pruno. Now you know it's rumors that he like men. Sis. Come on, sis, no shade. All tea, no shade. Come on, good sis P Diddy. Okay? Our good sis P. Diddy likes the boys. That's the rumor, is that his milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. And he's like it's better than Nas. Okay? Right. It's crazy to think about, especially his twins. Right. I think they're pumping to see how far they can use them. He should know the drill. Oh God. And Melissa, that is the number one thing that he should be thinking about. How far do you let these new ass men in your life use you before you end up totally in a bad position? Hi, hero. You know what I'm saying? Do you not realize you're Diddy? You go into prison. You are Diddy. You are fucking Sean Diddy Combs going in this prison. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, you standing on the yard, find yourself standing on the yard in a circle full of men smiling. Why? What is their motive? Do you not think that these men have motives when they deal with you? The whole Pruno thing, now all of a sudden you wrapped up in some shit with some Pruno. I really hope that he takes this as a sign. The more write-ups you get, the more warnings, all that little shit, it's all written down. The judge sees it all. The DA sees it all. They use it against you. I don't even know if this is going to be the last case. If we really think about it, there's a lot of people who have a lot of things to say about Diddy. Diddy has a lot of civil cases going on. There's no telling if one of those civil cases might turn into a criminal case and he might be recharged on extra charges based on somebody else's testimony against him. We don't know what's to come for him. He doesn't know what's to come for him. The best thing for him to do is stay in good standing with the prison, the COs, and the court right now. Because of that, because of the Me Too, because he's himself, and because he knows that this shit clearly comes out of left field. Like, he's not helping himself at all. But I guarantee you, whatever COs, those COs are just as messy as the inmates. Whatever COs gave him his warning and had to deal with that situation is definitely going to walk around talking all kinds of shit about it to the other COs, especially during chow and during yard. And they're going to be looking at him saying, yeah, we got to keep an eye on his ass. That mother was with Gerald, was with Levert, because they call us by last name. That motherfucker was with Levert making Pruno in the room. Yeah, I was able to jam Levert up for it, gave him a warning, but let's see what type of timing he on. You know what I mean? Type of stuff. Like he need to be very careful. Them COs is just as messy, and the last thing he needed to be doing is making himself a target. But I guarantee you, with that type of behavior and that type of first impression, also, he's going to have to get used to being told what to do, when to pee, how many rolls of tissue he can have per week, where he can walk, where he can't walk, what he can wear. Take those socks off, they're dirty. Go get a warehouse for him. Get some, order new drawers from the warehouse, or you're getting a write up. He's going to have to, yes, Obaneki. He's going to have to get used to that shit. Period. This shit is, you're not in a normal environment. You cannot put your comb in your grease and think it's normal. No, now it is contraband, because now you've placed something somewhere it doesn't belong, and it looks like you're hiding something, and it's contraband. You cannot take your one a day pills, your vitamins out of the packaging and sit it on the counter. Because if they come in and they see them vitamins sit on that counter and it's not in the correct packaging, that's contraband. That could be anything. It could be any drugs. I don't know what fucking pill it is. I don't give a fuck how it looks. It's not in the package it belongs in. Period. He's in a different environment, and he needs to understand and know and learn that this is not the same thing that you were just doing. You are in a different place, and I listen, you guys. When I tell y'all that my shock and my I was in shock and disbelief when I read that this man spent his first week in prison making the wrong friends and getting drunk off hooch. We have a problem. And 9 times out of 10, that shit don't even get you that drunk. You got to drink a lot of that shit to get drunk. And it takes a long time to make a little. Okay? His ego is going to have to sit for a few years. Oh my goodness, it's going to hurt him so bad. It's not only with the COs that his ego going to have to sit. And it's female COs there that's going to make him sit too. And that's going to be a different thing with his ego. But he's also going to have to deal with the men that are there, that have been there, that want to challenge him just because he is who he is. Just because you are P. Diddy. No, nigga, you not going to come into prison thinking you run shit because you P. Diddy. I ain't one of them females. I'm not one of them niggas that work for you. I'm not one of your staff members, my nigga. I take your head off up in here. You understand what I'm saying? This is my house. I run this. I'll be here for the rest of my life. Nigga, you coming and going. I don't give a what you got going on. You know what I mean? Type of stuff. They set him up real bad. No, he set himself up too, because we have to be accountable for our own actions too, though. Oh, he could get very hurt, Obaneki. That's what I was saying. Like, think about Tory Lanez. Hey, Black Girl World Traveler. Think about Tory Lanez and Tory Lanez being in prison, and how Tory Lanez within his first year didn't even get to spend a good 2 years in that motherfucker, ended up getting stabbed. Okay? How he already drinking, he just got there. When I tell you that is the worst first impression you could ever make on the prison in the first place, that is absolutely ridiculous. When I tell you that is not a good sign and he's going to be in big trouble the next time around, that is absolutely ridiculous. When I tell you, I guarantee you the warden knows about it. The warden knows that he was involved in it and probably can't prove that he actually did it because this is his first time and his first warning and his first this and that. Wait for it. If he think that this is what he's supposed to do on his first week, oh, just fucking wait for it. This about to be bad. This about to be bad. And I want to see what the hell they gonna do when they put senior citizen P. Diddy with senior citizen Debo from Debo Block together. Okay? I want to see what's gonna happen when you put Debo from Debo Block on cell block D with a P. Diddy. That's what I want to see. And I guarantee you, it ain't gonna go the way that he think it's gonna go. And he need to be careful because they definitely setting him up like you said. But he got to take accountability. What the fuck are you doing around them people? Let me tell y'all, when I was in prison, a lot of my friends was getting high. Everybody in there was getting high. Hell, then we don't got nothing else to do all day, right? I'm not getting ready to do that with myself. It's certain ones of us that just was not about to do that with ourselves. We are not going to do that with ourselves while we in there. I got shit to do. I done wrote all these novels and books. I'm not about to waste my time sitting up in here getting high. You know what I'm saying? As far as Diddy is concerned, he has chosen, as we can see, what he wants to do with his time in there. And I hope that he lets this be warning enough to him, the fact that they got caught. I hope he realized, like, oh shit, like I burned myself a little bit. Let me snatch my hand off this fire before they really have him in a bad way. If Diddy continues on the way that he continues on, his ass is going to end up in a hole with his friend. Okay, because they almost moved him. Think about this. They almost moved Diddy out of that unit. You move out that fucking unit and you're going to the hole. You're not going to move out of that unit and go to another unit. They finna take your ass to the hole. You finna be shackled in an orange suit, shackled at the feet, shackled at the arms, only able to come out for 1 hour a day, only able to make one 15-minute phone call a day, not able to order no commissary. Like, you could take a shower like once every other day. Like, it's getting ready to be bad for you. And it's cold in the rooms. And they don't give you no real bunks. Beds be flat, hips be hurting. You know what I'm saying? On the metal. He doesn't understand where he is. And it's crazy because I don't know what made me think because he was P. Diddy he was gonna understand. But I think that this incident is very truly telling that he just doesn't get it. All you have to do is 4 and some odd years and you in there drinking Pruno on your first week. Like, I'm really trying to figure out what headspace he's coming from and who he's been talking to. He is just really doesn't get it. Like, he doesn't get it. When I tell you that Diddy is the single most embarrassing family member of his own family, like, he's like the black sheep out of his own kids. Like, it's like the kids ain't the black sheep, it's the daddy that's the black damn sheep. What kind of bad decision making? I'm starting to be concerned really about his mental health at this point. Because why is it that for the past, I could name 3, 4 decades that Diddy have done shit like shoot somebody and blame it on Shine and let Shine go to prison for 9 years. And y'all see God didn't let him get away with that. Clock that T. Clock that karma. Clock the karma. Clock the karma. Even if, and guess what? That girl used him. Okay? That girl used him. Cassie Ventura used him. And Alex Fine used him, played in his face, and took 50 million dollars from him, or thousand, excuse me, dollars from him. Okay, played in his face bad. Clock that T that this man still went to prison, even though that we know that that woman played in his face and is playing in ours. Clock the T that you still went to prison for it, for, you know what I'm saying, for the whole, for anything. Because he could have got off with this had he not been pimping her out to them prostitutes, dealing with them prostitutes. Okay? He could have got away with all of that. Y'all see it. He got away with the Rico. He got away with beating people ass, kicking them up and down the hallway. He could have got away with this had he not been dealing with the prostitutes. He could have got away with that. Matter of fact, he could have dealt with the prostitutes, but he just couldn't bring them across the state line. He should have been messing with the prostitutes that's already in the city. He'd have got away with the whole thing. But let's clock the T that the karma, okay, got in that ass for what you did to Shine, for the things that you did to that lady. That lady's been trying to speak and talk about how Shine is not the one who shot her for years. She's been saying Diddy shot me in my face for years. Okay? And nothing has happened to this man. For the fact that they think that this man is involved in Notorious B.I.G.'s death. Hello. The fact that this man, that they think that this man is involved in Notorious B.I.G.'s death. Okay? For the fact, so many different things that this man has been blamed for, drugging people, coercing people. Let's clock the T on karma right now at this very moment. Because this could have been happened to him. You understand what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying. I don't think that this is the end of his karma. It's a reason why you went to the prison. It's karma. I've been there, done that. And I'm speaking from experience. I'm not speaking from the neck of a person that has not experienced prison. When you come to this channel, you are speaking, if you are getting an experienced person who's been there and done that. That's who's speaking to you. Okay? There's a reason why he went to this prison. And it wasn't just to sit there and just be in prison and that's the karma. No, some shit gonna happen while you in there that you're gonna learn from. That's your karma. Understand this. I had an incident, and I always talk about this online. I had an incident where I told this woman, me and her used to play cards together every night. And I told her, I said, I don't want to fight. They used to say, oh, there go Diamond and T at the casino. Because when you play cards all night, that's what they call it. They call it the casino. There go Diamond and T at the casino. So we sitting there playing cards one night. She decides she want to get disrespectful because I'm whooping her ass in a card game. So she get disrespectful. I'm like, don't be trying to disrespect me. She like, don't disrespect me, da da da. We get into an argument. We decide not to play cards no more with each other. So I'm cleaning the table one day, but she's a porter in the actual pod. So she's supposed to clean the table, but she's not cleaning it. So I clean it. And I clean it with detergent, so it left a little white film on the top. She was like, yeah, these bitches think they know how to clean the table and this mother doing all of that. Like, I don't know how to clean the table. But I just let her talk, right? So we get upstairs and I'm like, yeah, I didn't like that shit you was talking when I was cleaning the table too. Because we was talking about something else. And I mentioned the table thing. She walked up to me like that. She said, punk ass bitch. But she did it with both of her hands in my face like this. Punk ass bitch. And she said, I'm a real street bitch. And I said, don't put your hands on me one more time. Now, mind you, she about this tall. You know what I'm saying? Full gray hair, but she's 45. I'm 41. And I said, don't put your hands on me one more time. Okay? Do y'all know that night, that woman thought because I let her do that to me that she was going to whoop my ass. That night, she got disrespectful. So I got disrespect. Oh, she wanted me to turn my TV down. So I told her, no, you don't run shit. I don't turn my TV down for you because you say turn something down. You don't run nothing up in here. You don't even have a TV to be running somebody who have a TV. Like, what are you talking about, brokey? That's the type of time I was on, just at the time, just being real. Okay? So then she gets up and she comes to my bunk. She grabs me by my shirt like this and she swings at me, but she misses. She swings like this. So I start laughing. I grabbed some bleach, opened it up, poured it on her face, closed it, and threw it. Now she done ran after the bleach like a damn dog with a bone. So I jumped down off my bunk and took my shirt off that she ripped up, fluffed it out, put it on the same table that we was arguing over cleaning. And then she came in front of me and she said, oh, bitch, you want to fight? You trying to be funny? And she took her shoes off. And I said, yeah, I do. Blip, blip, blip. When I tell y'all I laid into this woman so hard and beat the dog shit out this lady was cleaning her blood splatter off the wall 4 days later. I beat the fuck out of her. And my point in saying this is I told this lady 20 times I didn't want to fight her. 20 times. And she was insistent and persistent and in wanting to fight me while we were in that prison. There are people in there like that. They don't have rationale. They've been on drugs. You think you're the only one crazy that been getting high? You think you, P. Diddy, is the only crazy motherfucker that been getting high that like to kick people down hallways? Well, guess what? You're in an environment full of them now. You in an environment full of people that like to kick bitches down hallways now. So now you got to realize where you at and who you're going to be around. So when I say all this to say, his karma is not just going to the prison. Understand this. You are about to meet like-minded people that's going to help you understand what you need to know. Understand that. Understand that? Right. The day Justin Bieber speaks will be crazy. I know hearing this truth will break my heart. Hearing his truth will break my heart. I know he'll never speak about what or if something happened. The men in the industry, mostly DL. Well, I mean, I hate to say this, but I really feel like Justin Bieber is DL. I really feel like Usher is DL. I really feel like they live outside the bounds of normality. And that's the reason why a lot of them find themselves in this situation. These are people that are throwing these soirees. I mean, Jeff Epstein and P. Diddy are pretty much just alike. They were both throwing soirees of epic proportions with many famous people there. You know, this is something that has been going on for a very, very long time. And there are a lot of people that have done things that they probably wouldn't do normally when they're sober because they've been high out of their mind. They've been faded on drugs they've never taken before because this is an industry thing and this is what's fun and what's cool to do now. And, and I'm keeping up with the times of the people in the industry and I want to impress them. I don't want them to think I'm not cool. You know what I'm saying? So, or I want to stay skinny. So I eat what I want, but I also do this drug and it is what it is and blah, 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 blah. You have these people that are aware of what's going on and not saying anything. Anytime I see him in an interview, he always seems sweet and very humble. I really feel bad for what happened to him. I do. I love me some good old Justin Bieber. I do. I love Justin Bieber a lot. I think that Justin Bieber has had some sins that he's had to repent from, which is why he fell so deep into Christianity. You know, church is like a hospital. The sick come there. You know, God is like a doctor. The healing is done there. So a lot of people who have a lot of demons on them will fall deep into church like that. You see your Krishan Rocks doing that, and you know just different people like that. Your Brittany Renners. What's her name? Brittany Renner. Yeah, you see them doing stuff like that because they have a lot of demons on them that they are fighting and that they really truly want to be delivered from. So they'll fall head first into stuff like that. And Justin Bieber was one of them. Someone offered him a drink upon arrival and he thought it was cool. He don't even know what could be in the drink. True that. So let me tell you something about drinks in prison, you guys. There's a video that they show you when you first get in prison. It's nationwide. It's called "Don't Take the Chips." It's obviously about becoming someone's prison girlfriend or boyfriend because they've offered you something, and now they feel like you are obligated to them. That's an old trick of the prison. Um, it's been used for decades. The same thing applies with anything. There was a girl trying to give me some shorts. She gave me some shorts to wear, some basketball shorts. She thought I was gay and she thought I was gonna like her. And when she found out and figured out that I wasn't gay and that I wasn't liking her, she tried to get me to be her hair braider for free. But I couldn't do the braids that she wanted me to do at the time because I cricked my finger. So she got upset and wanted to fight and argue about it. She wanted her shorts back. She was mad. There are people who really are like that. They feel like because they give you something, offer you something, that you owe them something for it. And so with him taking that drink, you know, that's on a whole different level. He might have been saying, "Oh, I want to get with you and be your boyfriend." And Diddy might have been okay with that. But his boyfriend ended up going to the hole ultimately because they got caught. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but when you drink stuff in prison, you have to understand a lot of people crush up their pills. A lot of people take Seroquel. A lot of people take Remrons. And Remron, Seroquel, and it's another one that goes in your eye, Suboxone. A lot of them they take those things, and those all those pills get you high. Okay, and it's one more pill that I can't remember the name of it. I should be able to, but for some reason it's not coming to me. But those pills get you high. They crush up those pills and they put them in juice, in with their juices. You know, I've done it before. I've put a juice pack with and with somebody's with two of somebody's rim runs and been fucked up, drunk as hell, falling out, fell asleep, couldn't wake up the next day for church. I've done that in the prison. So I'm saying like I understand what exactly is going on and that he should not be taking any drinks from anyone. I was about a year and a half in when I did that, you know, and my granny had just passed away. Like for him to be there, to just be getting there and not understand the politics and the way things works and what substances could be in what and what pills could be crushed up in this and what people are doing, you know, it's insane. You know, for most of the old people that hold canes in prison. They have a lot of people on the COs haven't even come onto this. The top of the cane is plastic; it comes off. They just stuff their little pills down in there, put it back on the cane, and be slanging shit all over the prison. It be the old people. It be the old people as well. It really be the old people for real. You know what I'm saying? And so I can understand how he can feel like, oh, cool, man. You know, I heard I could get this and that in here and all that stuff. But he need to just sit the fuck down and just do his time. He literally about to blow this shit in the first week. It doesn't make any sense. Queen Keith said he has 70 lawsuits. Exactly. He did a lot more. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. For him to be ruining what his chances could be of getting out on his parole date behind anything in the prison is crazy to me. But introducing drugs and alcohol to the prison is a very major write up, very big deal. The commission board and the state looks at that very badly. He should not be doing that at all. I don't think nobody gonna fight Diddy. He got protection he can pay for. I don't think that's true, but we shall see. That's a good thought, or not? I would hope not, but that's not true. He has a long stay, and that's like saying Tory Lanez has protection he can pay for. Like the only protection he really has in there is the hole, is to go to PC, which is the hole, and that's just a fact. Even R. Kelly is saying that the police in where he is trying to get him killed by other inmates. So I mean, you could say that, you could speculate that nobody's going to fight him, but we don't know. Melissa said, "Is protection short? Didn't protect him from drinking and getting high in trouble for it and getting in trouble for it." Oh, you were responding to Queen Keisha. Okay. Is protection short? It didn't protect him from drinking and getting in trouble for it. I mean, that's true too. Understood that too. Yeah, plus he's a sex offender. People don't like that, Queen Keisha said. Caramel Bunny said it's a lesson waiting to happen. That's a fact. So the sex offenders in prison really are treated very, very poorly in there. And that's what makes me wonder about which crowd he kicks it in, because they normally all kick it together, or they'll have their crowds of SOs. Um, we call them like chomos, or different things. Even though his are not children, we still would refer to him as a chomo because he's a SO. But yeah, he's probably not going to be treated well by a lot of people in the prison, a lot of men. And then he's probably already kicking it with the wrong crowd, which is probably that same type of crowd. So yeah, it is what it is. Brandon Shields said Diddy is innocent. What you talking about? Really said taking about, but talking about. Brandon, you know that man ain't nobody's innocent. You watched him kick Cassie Ventura up and down that hallway like we did. Let's stop playing. And he definitely ain't innocent because he already in there getting high, trying to get drunk. You know what I'm saying? People die from that stuff in there. People died from that stuff in there. You better hope you make it out. Y'all done already seen how many videos I made of people that have passed away, that I know, that I just got out of prison with, that have passed away. I've been out for 6 months, going on 7, somewhere in there. Okay, okay. So I think I'll be 7. It'll be 7 months on the 11th. So just think about that. You know what I'm saying? In the UK, we love Diddy. Well, you should ship him out there to you when he get out of here, because we don't love him out here. You should ship him straight to you, to the UK, as soon as he get out there, outside. Cause right now he in the house. He can't come outside. He don't punish me out for a little while. When he get out, we gonna ship him to you. We don't want him out here no more. Okay, you can take him and Uncle Rush. Take them right on with you. Okay. Demita said expeditiously, Brandon. He's out of here. All right, go ahead and smash the like button for me, guys. Go ahead and smash the like button for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for the video, man. I've been disappointed. I wanted to do more videos today, but I'm working and I'm working and I'm still working, as you guys can see. I am planning on going live on Teahive Bookclub soon after this. Not right now. Maybe in about 30, 45 minutes, because I'm just tired, y'all. I can't even hold y'all. I am exhausted and I need to decompress. But thank you guys so much for joining me for this video. Diddy, ooh, it's going to be way more news to come. Watch what I tell y'all. Y'all mark my fucking words. Because y'all see what he did with his first day? Well, we giving him a break, Brandon. He needs to give himself a break for making poor choices. Okay? He need to give himself, hey Janice. Um, right, you're welcome to have him, right. We are trying to give him every chance in the world. We have given him every chance in the world. He makes bad choices. Look what he did to Shine. Look what he did to that lady. Look what he did to Mace. Look what he did to every damn body. His ex-bodyguard, Cassie, damn Don Richard, just everybody. Everything he touched, he grows and destroys. And the power really lies with him, not with us. All right? So just know that. This man has to make better decisions. I think that's his lesson from here, this point forward. Pretty embarrassing going to prison at about 60. All right, leave comments, like, and subscribe.